So essentially we decided we were going to start looking at cyberbullying, and it's a serious issue for children all around the world, and the World Health Organization actually has it down as a serious health problem. And those are definitions of bullying and cyberbullying. And cyberbullying is particular because of the technological aspect of it. And cyberbullying is more prevalent now because there is greater use of technology amongst Generation Z, etc. Between 40 to 55% of kids are bullied somewhere in the world. And the hallmarks of bullying, I just want to give you some background information first. Obviously it's aggression, it's an imbalance of power, and it's also repetition of bullying. In Ireland, 1 in 5 children are bullied. In America, 22% of students between the ages of 12 and 18 are bullied. 19.5% of American high school students are bullied. Every 7 minutes, one child is bullied somewhere in the world, be it traditional bullying or cyberbullying. A UK government study that was carried out found that girls are much more likely than boys to be bullied at school, and they are twice as likely to be cyberbullied and also to be socially excluded. 4 out of 100 adults will intervene, 96 will not intervene. 11% of the child's peers will act, 89% will not act, which is quite scary. And that is it's a UK statistic. So with regards to bullying, again, be it traditional or be it cyberbullying, there are obviously some negative psychological impacts, such as depression, anxiety, self-harm and suicide ideation. With cyberbullying, it's exacerbated, so it's even worse. Other effects of bullying, mysterious injuries, missing objects, torn clothes, faking illness, stomach problems, changes in eating habits, overeating, undereating, changes in interest in school, lower grades, changes in their social situations, and also perhaps a loss of friendships, an obvious loss of self-esteem. A recent survey that was carried out in Ireland found that 1 in 5 children in Ireland are cyberbullied. It becomes even more insidious because the bully can hide his identity, his or her identity, and as a result the victim can do very little about it. Direct cyberbullying, a direct message or a direct text. Indirect cyberbullying, it's out in the public domain, you can't do anything about it. Of the 1 in 5 children that are cyberbullied in Ireland, and this is just very recent, 1/3 also reported feelings of depression and suicide ideation. They also found that, strangely enough, I didn't think kids were still using Facebook, but 51% of them were bullied on Facebook. 19% of them were bullied on Instagram. With regard to Snapchat, 29% of girls were bullied on Snapchat and 16% of boys felt that they were being shamed on Snapchat. This is given the fact that all these platforms say that they have robust reporting procedures to deal with cyberbullying. It isn't happening. With regards to both cyberbullying and traditional bullying, it's not just one person, there's a whole group involved. You have a perpetrator, victim, bystander and bully victim. Bully victim can either be the bully or the victim. The bystander is important because there are different categories. Assistant to the bully, reinforcer, social rewards, laughter, whatever. And outsider. Outsider does nothing because they're afraid of being bullied, so they just stand there and watch what's happening. Defender is the one that we were trying to target because we found that about 85% of the cases, a defender is there. And defenders literally don't really come forward and do anything. About 20% of the time the defender comes out and actually does something. The interesting thing, even though you're a bully, you also experience suicide ideation and depression. So with regard to some other things, boys generally take on bullying roles, girls take on defender roles, boys take on reinforcer roles. There are interventions out there to help awareness. You have Connectado, you have Attack, and it's all about building awareness, building information about, or knowledge about bullying and cyberbullying. They're not enough though, that's the problem. So we came up with this game called Carter's Quest, and unfortunately it's not quite as cool as Mike's, but anyway. So Carter's means friendship. So it was all about kind of like trying to engender a sense of friendship amongst the kids. And we had 2 main aims. We wanted to distinguish between different types of bullying, oops, sorry about that, and we also wanted to teach kids how to have the correct response to a bullying behaviour. The participants were, again, a pilot study. There were 23 kids ranging in age from 7 to 11, because again, that's a very important age and an awful lot of kids at that age are being bullied. There were 14 boys, there were 9 girls. When they started off, they could choose an avatar. Now we had loads of different types of avatars. Now this is a 2D game, not a really cool 3D game. And we found, looking at the results afterwards, some girls selected a masculine avatar, no boys. In general, the kids selected the avatar that best represented them from a gender perspective and also from the colour of skin perspective. We started off with trying to evaluate their level of knowledge of bullying before playing the game. So we had a few statements. And this is really to figure out, okay, would you adopt the defender-bystander role? This is trying to figure out if they know what cyberbullying is and what physical bullying is. Okay? So when they play the game, we wanted to ensure that it was for this particular audience. So all of the information that we presented, all the questions, was at the particular level, reading ability of the kids. So level H, fondness level H. We used fantasy elements in it as well, because Malone's theory of intrinsic motivation says fantasy elements are really good for kids at that age. So we have this dragon called Davy Dragon who brings them from one platform to another. So it is a platform game. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner we have what are known as kindness coins, and it's up to them to collect the coins. There's no educational value, but it's to try and encourage them to continue to play. They start off with 3 lives, represented by the hearts. As they deal better and more correctly in certain bullying situations, they increase their life. We also have a character called a bully blob, and again, no educational value, but just to get the kids kind of like interested in playing the game. Once they encounter the bully blob, they turn red, and then they lose their life. So this was the forest scene that we did before and after playing the game. So what we do is we have 6 scenes within this, and they deal with different bullying situations: physical, cyber, verbal bullying, and also no bullying. And we want to identify what's their level of knowledge before playing it, then they go through all the scenes, and then their level of knowledge after playing it. And we used 4 main scenes: hallway, locker room, bedroom, and classroom, because they're primarily the main places where kids are going to get bullied. So this was one of our scenes, and here is the hallway scene. So you can see with this, it's basically, is there bullying going on? Dan just pushed Lee in the school hallway. It's all about physical bullying, and it's trying to see, will they take on the defender role? So based on what they've learned about bullying, will they now decide they want to actually protect the person who's being bullied? Here's an example of the bedroom scene, and it's indirect cyberbullying. The person who's being bullied is not there at the moment. We use TikTok as well, because 1/3 of all users of TikTok are kids under the age of 14. So 16 million users of TikTok are kids under the age of 14. We also have the locker room scene, and the locker room scene is another example, but this is more direct bullying. And then we had the classroom scene, because even given the fact that they're in the classroom, there are teachers present, bullying still goes on. About 40% of American kids are bullied in the classroom. And similar percentages for Irish kids as well. And this is an example of physical bullying. So our approach then